Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for yet another episode of Narcissu. Let's continue our story, and when I'm recording this, just now, my little quiz on Discord actually came to an end. It's been figured out what I'm playing, so I guess I will upload first episode soon, even before I finish the game, to not keep you all waiting. And I'll just play it in the meantime, I guess. But for now, yeah, congratulations, cookies for you. And yeah, let's go to the Emerald Sea. Let's see what this episode is going to all about. And I assume it might be the last chapter of this game, because we're basically out of room for chapters. Because we're going down and there's no room for more chapters. So unless they're just going to move it, then I assume it's a last chapter basically of Narcissu. So who knows? Might be the last episode. We'll see. Let's go. The Emerald Sea.
時間を止め、心を止めて、情報だけを積み重ねる日々。
Days spent gazing at map, closing my eyes, traveling through unfamiliar roads. One day, the usual monthly magazines, a photograph on the front of cover drew my eyes. Oh, they're starting to search for you. Oh, never mind. A female model in the showy swimsuit. Provocative poses on the sandy beach. A smile captured right before the Emerald Sea that I had always dreamed about. It was probably my age. Smiling at me happily, cheerfully, with her outstanding figure. It wasn't as if I was jealous or anything. I didn't own any swimsuits to begin with, and I didn't come close to having any need for them. My pajamas were quite enough for me. Is this perfect? See, once again, it changes perspective. Sometimes it's from protagonist's perspective, and sometimes it's from perspective of Satsumi. I think this is perspective of Satsumi, because she's about swimsuits, maybe she wanted to wear one, and pajamas were quite enough for me. She said pajamas were better and stuff. So we are now back to Satsumi perspective. It's a bit confusing to me sometimes. I remember that day, June of the first year of the middle school, the day of my first hospitalization. I remembered having ordered a swimsuit. I remembered having done so several years ago now. That day I remembered that swimsuit that had lost its opportunity to be used. I took that school swimsuit, new as the day I bought it, out of the drawer where it patiently waited for years. I took off my usual pajamas and timidly put on that navy blue swimsuit. I was shocked. It had already been years, and yet it fits me as if it had been made for me that very day. So she really did stop growing. And that swimsuit model was smiling at me warmly, smiling at me from the midst of the Emerald Sea. So, did she packed this swimsuit? Or this is the backstory? Because we see writing in the car. I think it's the backstory, right? Smiling at me warmly and happily with that beautiful womanly figure. It was saddening. It wasn't as if I was jealous, no. The truth was that I was probably yearning for it. Yearning for it impossibly, stubbornly. Because he knew that it was absolutely impossible. Yeah, this is the backstory when she was like still in the hospital looking out of the window having dreams. That will never come into fruition for her.
胸の大きな傷跡が諦めろと諭した。
Huge scars on my chest. You mean like you had some operations or something?
生涯の伴侶は目を閉じた世界にしろと諭した。
Hmm. January 22, 2005. Wait, this is the same day. Let me check the previous recording really fast. Am I like going crazy? I think I'm going crazy with dates. January 22, 2005. Okay. I know I checked last time, but I think I'm going crazy. 1 second. Yeah, it's really been January 19th. So it's really been just 3 days. I don't know why I said week like 2 episodes ago. Anyway. Around the time when the sun slowly arced down and dyed the western horizon orange, we were on the road as usual. What should we do now? We really had no more money left to spare.
ねえあなた、
As I thought upon those things, she caught me up by surprise by calling out to me.
あなた、お風呂は入れるの？
Oh? Yeah? They said that I could go ahead unless it was... I could go ahead unless it was a long, protracted bath.
そう。私も似たようなもんよ。
Okay. Oh. Okay. What you mean by allowed, and what I mean by they, was that the doctors didn't caution us against it. So, when you have a cancer, they can be like against you having baths for some reason? Is that actually a thing? I never knew this. I mean, I guess like if you are like too weak to even sit down, then that would be hazardous for you because you could drown basically, right? I can think only this as being like not being allowed, basically. There have been many who had been forbidden to do so due to the kidney or digestive tract issues. Oh, okay. Okay. Didn't thought about that. And now that I thought about it, her problem was probably in her circulatory system, just like me. Well, do you want to take a bath? I mean, it's been 3 days, right?
悪い。
No, I kind of wanted to as well. Even so, we didn't have enough money to stay at hotel or an inn. Then, do you want to stop by the public bathhouse?
銭湯？
Yeah. We've got the money for that at least.
やっぱり。
Why no? It might be our last bath, huh? Jesus, so many things have so... it's so hard. Ah. What do you mean, fine? It had already been 3 days since we escaped from 7F. Okay, game literally gave me a timeline. Thank you. We're allowed to bath twice a week there, and had sponge baths twice a day as well. Then again, we weren't getting very sweaty given the season, and since we're in the car, we weren't getting dirty. Could it be that it's embarrassing for you to be in the public bathhouse?
別に。そんな意味じゃないわよ。
Around the time when the sun had completely disappeared, and the moon waxed large in the night sky, some distance away, I found something that looked like a school. This would have to do. I stopped the car before the gates. Then, and then I rummaged the back of the seat for the clump of clothing there. If I remember correctly, there were 2 free towels in this heap. Why school? I guess like going to a pool? I don't think there's a bath in school, but there might be a pool, right? It's like a common thing, like I don't know if like in Japan, but in visual novels and anime at least. To be honest, I never checked if like schools usually have pools or not in Japan. Why I never check this out? Now I'm curious. I don't think that's a common occurrence. I think like it's reserved for like high schools probably, I would assume, and for these that have like enough money for it. So like some of them probably have. I would assume. You can tell me in the comments if you know. And then, after sifting through a bunch of clothes, I found a hand towel after all. It had the legend Shiraishi Construction written on it. Okay, don't know what that is. Probably one of those appreciation gifts they gave out like candy. Okay. Alright, then wait a bit. Taking 2 towels with me, I headed towards the school. I climbed over the gates and looked around anxiously for my target. Ah, there it is. I found the water faucet station. Oh, okay. So similar to like what we had like in hospital, the sponge baths. So we are going to do like towel baths, I guess. Okay. I found the water faucet station, probably for gardening use. I turned the knob and cold water poured out the faucet. Water cold enough to freeze me stiff. I wet the 2 towels and squeezed them out. Yeah. Sorry for the wait. Here. It's cold as hell. Be careful. I handed over one of the 2 towels to her. And then I took off my sweater and started washing myself. The cold, wet towel felt pretty good against the warm heating of the car. Hey, you go ahead and clean yourself too. Wow. Like, we're pretty oblivious to her, I guess. Like, she before like left the car to change. You can't expect her to just undress here and just clean herself, you know? It feels nice and cold too. She was a little reluctant at first, but then she slowly started undoing her buttons. Oh, okay. So she's like trusting us a little bit more, I guess. Open up a little bit more since the last time. The shirt and jeans that were too big for her. Unlike me, she simply washed herself by retracting her hands onto the shirt, into the shirt. Okay, yeah. Doesn't have to undress. True. What is it? Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's right. She murmured with the wet towel in her hand. Her clothes half on, half off. It was the first time I've seen her look like that. I feel annoyed, a little embarrassed. Inside the car, our backs turned to each other. Hey, feels pretty good, huh? Inside the car, shrouded in the dark of night, drying myself off, reflected in the glass of the windows, which also reflected her with her back towards me, drying herself off just as I was. She had taken off her shirt just as I had. I didn't mean to look, but I could see big scars on her chest. Okay, so she had like actual big scars, so... Maybe she doesn't have a cancer? Maybe it's something else? Because we have cancer, we got like protagonist perspective that we got like scans and stuff. Or maybe she does. But why the big scars? Also, when I checked my previous recordings, I realized that she was talking about the scars before. I just never thought about this. Why does she have scars? My only assumption is that because of the surgeries So she had like some kind of like lung surgeries or something, you know, on her chest. Or heart surgery. That's my only clues. Or maybe she was in some kind of accident and that's why she has scars. And that kinda fucked up her like whole system, basically. And she is unable to survive for the match for a long time. Anyway, let's see. Probably post-surgical. That's what I assumed, yes. Didn't know what for, but they were much larger than mine. Oh. Okay. So you had like a little surgery too. Huh? Oh, what is it? Her back turned to me, speaking to me, reflected in the window. What do you mean, strange? January 25, okay, so we jumped 3 days again. A silver cope in motion underneath cloudy skies. Driving around without a destination as per usual. It was already 3 days later. And nothing had really changed in that time. Along the way, we found a free public open-air bath. And since it seems devoid of people, we were able to take a bath after all. Other than that, we're out of money. And we're running out of gas again. Oh, I just realized. I read that way too quick. Okay, so they actually were able to actually take a correct bath. Okay, nice. Are you getting tired? We exchanged those words while eating convenience store bought rice balls. Yeah, if you think about this, she's in much worse condition because it was like her fertility charge, as she said. So the question, are you getting tired, is actually pretty on spot. If you think about this, because she could just like get weaker and weaker each day right now. Also, I just realized like we had like different coloring here. Oh wait, no. Is it? Oh, this is different coloring because that was voiced. Okay, never mind. We exchanged those words while eating convenience store brought rice balls. They might have been tastier than anything up at 7F, but they were becoming pretty boring by now. But we didn't have enough money to have anything but this kind of meal. Huh? What is it all sudden? Oh. Oh. Interesting. Her senses sharpens, I guess. Maybe something her body just shut off. Oh no. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Okay, maybe it's just car is getting worse. Never mind. It was probably because I cracked the muffler when I was escaping from the pachinko parlor. I hadn't really noticed it, but sure enough, the car was sounding louder. Yeah, no real impending to driving. But the bigger problem was the gas. I'd already been driving for 5 minutes since the meter had bottomed out and empty. Oh. So the meter is busted basically. And we have no clue how much of the gas do we have. Okay. And I only had 900 yen left. Unlike last time, it was obviously not enough. Or maybe he's actually driving on fumes. And if the car stopped due to lack gas, we'll be able to do nothing anymore. Having decided to look for the gas station and one for that was self-service. I see, going to steal some gas now. Okay. Having found one, I stopped the car next to the nearest pump. You know, it's like so, like, this is extremely difficult. Like on the one side, I don't want to judge them. You know, they're basically on the end of their lives, basically, right? Like, 1 second, her name, Satsumi. Satsumi especially. But on the other hand, they are pretty much criminals at that point. But we know, like, I feel bad for thinking of them like, you know, because stealing is bad. I feel bad for like judging them for this because of their conditions, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus, like my morals are all over the place right now. Well, anyway, if we like stop thinking about like community, like society morals and stuff, I would say go and steal whatever you want, like to them, not like to anyone. Don't steal. Stealing is bad. But like these two, yeah, do the hell you want. You know, like your families seems to not care about you. You have nothing to lose. Yeah, if it's necessary, then do whatever you want to enjoy your last days, months, weeks, however long it might be, years. I don't know how much time. But yeah, I don't know, like, let me know in the comments what's your thought about this like whole situation. Like from society standpoint, they are like kind of criminals now, but from like morality, I would say just do whatever. I'm not going to judge them for that. I stop the car next to the nearest pump. I'm going to get some gas. But don't get out of the car, yeah. We're going to drive away really fast. No answer, but she probably knew what I meant by that. I opened the cap of the gas tank and sneaked in the gas hose. Only one other car in the station and a little building with an attendant within. Probably there to get payment and give back change. According to the notice on the wall, you were supposed to take the receipt to him. We're done. We could probably make our gateway right now if we wanted. It's what I felt as I looked around the quiet gas station. 23, 24, 25, 26. Numbers went up on the number. Too slowly it seemed, unlike last time. I kept wondering uneasily if it wouldn't fill up a little bit faster. Then, after the meter hit 40, right before the tank was full. Welcome! For some reason, the attendant who had been in the building up until now came rushing towards us. Sir, are your tire pressure and ashtrays okay? Huh? Oh yes, they are. I see. Well, it's cold out, so please be careful. He even started cleaning the windows as if trying to take good care of us. Yeah, he's just like doing a service in like way to protect basically the station from having like gas stilled, so he's just like cleaning windows and stuff on the pretense of like not letting you go just in case, you know. Probably doing this for everyone. While he did so, the pump detected that the car was full, and with a businesslike sound, spit out a receipt. Oh, please go over there to pay. He stopped wiping the windows for a second and pointed to the building. I held the receipt in my hand in silence and stood completely still, wondering what I should do. Okay. I would say go to the building and say that you forgot your wallet in the car, so you will just go and grab it really fast. I think like that's the play here. I don't know, it's nothing. For now I got back into the car. And then I just turned the engine into ignition. Okay, I'll just do that. I assume that he's like going to stay like in your way. What should I do now? The attendant was washing the rear window by now. Well, your only option is just to floor it, I guess. Not like it's going to do anything to him. So I floored the accelerator now. So if I floor the accelerator now, then he will be able to read the license plate right away. Oh yeah, that. So they will be actually pretty easy to spot, I guess. And like police would have like their numbers and stuff, yeah. So I would get arrested just like that. But we had to escape now. Having decided, I floored the clutch. Yep. And then, just as I was about to shift from neutral into first gear. Oh? Huh? Go ahead and use it. Shabrily produced an envelope and then took a 10,000-year note out of it and gave it to me. You had so much money? Where? Since when? What? Okay. She's surprising me every time. Every time something happens, she's like, what? Why you have it? You have money on you? I never thought that she had any. Because of that, we had so many hardships until now. Why didn't you tell me? Oh my god. Huh? No. Well... She's always about this. Like, it's like, she doesn't want to do anything. Because she gave up on anything, basically. So, if you don't ask her about something, she's not going to do it. This is such a, like, depressing and at the same time weird mindset to have. Just because you don't ask. She saw like how we struggle and she still didn't do nothing just because she didn't like wanted to do anything, I guess. That's what I assume what is happening here. Maybe I'm wrong. And with that, she turned back in silence the window. This will cope in motion once more. Tank was full again, and we had 5,000 yen note as change. But what had just happened was weighing heavily in my mind. Hey, you know... Here. This is all of it. Huh? Before I could get any further, she presented the envelope to me. Can I use this? I guess no. Money is no matter for her anymore, right? I looked at the envelope and there was 4 10,000 yen notes inside. Oh my god. This would be enough. But now, there was something entirely different in my mind. Why did she have this much money on her? That's a good question. I mean, she's older than you and probably had her own bank account or something. Maybe she could withdraw some money at some point, or she had this with her in hospital basically all this time. You know? Yeah. A couple thousand yen that I'd bought with me were just whatever I'd had on hand at the time. But in her case, it was as if she prepared this all in advance. If you think about this, that makes sense, because she didn't want to die in the house or on the 7th floor, so she planned to travel beforehand. So these were the expenses for herself, so she probably been saving for some time already now. Hey, you know, you said you didn't want to die on the 7th, right? Yeah. Yeah, same here. Then, where exactly did you want to go? Didn't you prepare this money for just that purpose? And then I remember what she told me earlier. She was going to go somewhere where she could, while she could. And she asked me, do you want to stop me or come with me? So in truth, is there somewhere you want to go? Yeah, we're finally asking. So let's see what she's going to say. Ah, goddammit. I don't believe that. That's not much of an answer. Really? That was all she murmured, desolately, sadly. If that was the case, Has she been preparing for the trip all by herself without having a destination in mind this entire time? It did make me wonder, who would do such a lonely thing? But as I gazed on her lonely-looking profile, I found my answer. She would.
じゃあ、あなたはどうなの?
I guess we are the same. We don't have destination in mind. Me? Not really. I mean, we have money now, so we could try and go to the island. You know? We could ask her if she knows where it is, because she kind of didn't want to tell us before, but I think like she knows where it is and how to get there. Just the conversation didn't went well last time.
真似しないでよ.
I'm not imitating you. We kept driving along without destination. One had escaped from the 7th floor without a second thought. The other had made futile preparations without a destination. But right now anywhere is fine with me. But I want to go somewhere. At least for me, I wanted the path to follow. It was fine with anything, as long as it was a path. Hey, how about that emoji island you were talking about? Yeah. We can get there with the money we have, exactly. So now let's have proper conversation and tell me if you know how to get there. Even if you don't want to go there, I want to go there and you going with me. Really, anywhere would be fine, as long as it wasn't 7th floor or home, as long as we could get there. But we couldn't just wander around aimlessly. I wanted to head towards the destination, no matter what the destination was. What about you? Want to try going there?
別に.
I knew it. With that, she turned back to the window in her usual silent fashion. Those same eyes, the same as ever, looking somewhere into the distance. Just what could she be looking at? Just what was she hoping for when she came with me? Oh, never mind. We just get chapters on the side. Okay. So that's it for this episode. That's for the episode about the Emerald Sea. So turns out Satsumi been preparing for this journey for a while, it seems, and still she had no clue where to go. She just didn't want to be at hospital or at home. So next time we're going to the #1 road that was mentioned like 2 episodes ago, I believe, on the map episode. I don't remember what they said about this, but I remember the name, the first or the #1 road. I don't remember exactly what that was, but there was something about this. So I guess we're going to ride this road, and maybe it's the road to this island. Maybe we can get there in time, you know, and rest, I guess. And I assume, like, because we are in better condition than Satsumi, I think, like, it's entirely possible that she's going to pass away and we are going to live for a bit more, maybe some years, you know, because we still haven't been discharged and it's still not as bad as hers, probably. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Leave up a like if you liked the episode, so smash that like button. Subscribe, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see these episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for the Pocket Watch, it's going out.